How often should you evaluate and raise your pricing as a coffee roaster? If you know me, you know that I talk about coffee, pricing, and profit for coffee roasters. And this past week in my owners group, this came up where we were talking about when should you raise prices? How should you raise prices? How much? What does it look like? And while I'm not going to talk about what we spoke about specifically in that conversation, one of the important things that did come up was how often you should evaluate your pricing. And I've always said you should evaluate your pricing at a minimum each quarter. Personally, when I've done operations for roasters, I'm always checking and updating my dashboard and making sure that we're profitable and pricing all the new coffees that come in based off of our current operating per pound cost. And so I'm always doing that. But at a very minimum, you should evaluate your pricing quarterly, minimum. But here's the thing you have to remember. When we do a pricing eval, what we don't want to do is just take the last 3 months of information of our operating expenses to base our pricing off of. We need to take the last 12 months of the year, because then we can see the ebbs and flows of how, maybe you bought a bunch of green, or maybe you bought a piece of equipment, or maybe you were, haven't purchased any green in a while and the quarter's looking much better. So while we're evaluating each quarter, the thing that we want to make sure that we do is we want to make sure we're pulling information from the last 12 months so that we can account for those ebbs and flows in money coming in and money going out. Hope that's helpful. If you're still confused, send me a DM. Love to chat. Be well.